And we're back. Part 2 of the new episode of 2022 of Standby with JJ and Francisco. Remember to subscribe and follow us and send us questions, man.
Oh, yeah,
right? Like
totally.
or stories about, anything that you want us to talk about, that you want us your opinion, that we can give our opinions. Traveling, comedy.
Yeah, we'd really
anything.
love to start doing that this year because we did a little bit of it when we started at the Comedy Store last year. And then before we started getting guests and stuff like that. But it's a direction that we'd love to go in. If you've got travel stories or a travel deliberation, should I take my girlfriend on holiday or my wife? That's the kind of stuff that you can ask us.
Yeah. And if there's a story, we'll like that you... Or even if it's not your story, a story that you heard or something, send us the article.
Yeah.
And we'll discuss it here, on that episode.
Yeah. So
let's do that. Remember, follow us on Instagram, Standby Podcasts, all the social media, Twitter, as well as Spotify and iTunes and YouTube. It's YouTube.
Every little click counts. So, buddy, I talked to you from Canada while I was home over the holidays, and you had the vid. You were down with the COVID.
I got the
and
COVID.
I have numerous questions because I don't know the conclusion of this, but you were living with your fiance in your apartment.
I live with her, not I'm living.
No, we're at the time of the COVID because you didn't go. Some people leave. Not leave their partners, but some people don't want to stay in the same residence as people who don't have COVID.
Well, but where would I go?
We're managing it. It sounds like you and her went, you take that side of the room, I'll take that side.
No. Actually, we were lucky because she was visiting her family, so she was out of town. So I was by myself. So when I got it, I was by myself.
Right.
So when she got back, it was already like 5 or 6 days after I got it, and so it was kind of like almost, and that's when the CDC said that only 5 days or whatever. So I still wore a mask and stuff like that, but like.
And you were still testing positive.
I tested positive like the 5th day still, but I think after that is you're still positive, but you're not contagious.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the fact is that she wasn't there right when I was, because supposedly from the new things of this one, the Omicron were saying were like it with, that you get contagious like 2 days before you get, when you get it, and then 3 days after you have the symptoms.
Right.
And those days I was by myself. So, and I never, so it was worked out well because she wasn't there. You know what I mean?
Silver lining.
Yeah, so we didn't have to like move to anywhere, or I didn't have to like, be in the room by myself or whatever.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we still separated, when she get back a little bit. Still wear masks until
That's what I was wondering. You guys are still, so you wore masks in your apartment?
Yeah.
And
I'd be worried if I was her coming into the apartment.
Yeah,
after.
no,
you're like,
course.
oh man, this place. Who knows? But he's touched everything
of
probably.
Course.
Yeah.
Well, the touching doesn't matter. It's more about the But yeah, I was wearing the mask.
During sex, during everywhere.
Well, I wear the
cooking.
mask all the time.
He always wears the mask.
Yeah. That was before COVID. Before COVID, I would keep wearing the mask. That's just a thing that I like to do. We like to role play Grey's Anatomy.
We can exchange body fluids, but God forbid.
I'm like, all right, we need to save you.
Yeah, he's always a surgeon.
I'm always a surgeon. He's like, all right, I'm going in. I'm going in. I think I feel a pulse.
Yeah, you're one of the only people I know that didn't need to buy a mask when the pandemic hit.
I'm already stocked
thanks
up.
to my years of role play.
Bunch of masks.
Fully equipped, ready to rock.
Did you have bad symptoms?
So I really knew, like, because I actually did a gig in Palm Springs, and I think that's where I got it. Because when I got back, I think I woke up. It was a Monday, and I woke up, and I was like, I started feeling like weird, and I was like. And then the symptoms kept getting a little more, and I'm like, this is, and right away I was like, I think I have it, just because it was kind of like the same symptoms of when I got the second vaccine and the booster.
Yeah.
I had the same kind of symptoms, which is I got like tired and like achy and, didn't want to. And that's when I started feeling it. I was like, oh man, I'm getting like tired and achy and like I got a little, and like but so those were the main symptoms. I got a little bit of a headache. Yeah. I got chills. That's the only new symptom that I had. Like at night, I got like chills, like when I was, sleeping. But then but I didn't get a fever. I was fine with like breath,
Right.
oxygen. I was fine. That's it. So basically, it lasted from like Monday to like Tuesday. I actually went Tuesday to get the test
Yeah.
Yeah.
at this lab just to make sure that I had it, and then and then Wednesday popped out that I was positive, and then but then after that, then it took me like maybe like 6 days until I started feeling better after
Okay.
from the first time I feel the symptoms. So it wasn't that bad, luckily for me. Like I felt,
And-
I mean,
Yeah.
again, I think for me, I
And-
think the fact that I had the booster and all that stuff like really like made
For
it
sure.
Right.
easy. You know what I mean?
Right. And so did you have to do this thing? Is it like having an STD or so? Did you have to call all the places that you had been in the previous flight
yeah.
and go, I've come down positive.
Well, yeah.
I'm
He's
sorry.
a pedophile.
I'm sorry. Not a
Yeah, I'm not
pedophile. You didn't
knocking
have to
every
go
door.
you didn't have to go straight to pedophile.
No, let's go around
I
your
was
neighborhood
thinking
and
more,
tell
isn't
everyone.
isn't it like a gonorrhea thing or whatever you name whatever the
Yeah.
whatever
We
the
gotta call your
whatever the
exes
cool
and-
viruses
yeah.
the kids are talking about these days, isn't it?
The
When you
kids
get
are
that
having
virus,
it.
you gotta call your partners.
Yeah.
And go,
Yeah. Do you do that?
No, I only went. I mean, I did tell the people that, like the guy who. Well, it was funny because I knew that's where I got it because I texted the guy. I was like, "Hey, by the way, I got the positive thing," and he's like, "Oh yeah, a lot of people here told me they got it." So I was like, "Oh,
All right.
yeah."
Right.
So
Yeah,
now I
that's where it
know where I
happened.
got it. You know what I mean? It's like, and then so I told him, and then and that was it because. Like I did that show and I didn't do any other shows afterwards. I came back on that Sunday and kind of like just stay home and then I didn't meet any other people like before
Right.
and then obviously when I started feeling sick, that whole week I stayed basically at my house.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
go out. So yeah,
so you only had one phone call.
yeah,
to make.
one thing. I didn't have
One
that
previous
many.
partner.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't.
One,
and also, people were
pretty much a
getting it too.
virgin.
So I was like, well, I mean, like when he said that, I was like, well, I don't need to tell everybody.
Well,
'cause-
that's how I
at
feel.
that point,
That's-
I was
if
like, well-
everybody's getting it, why do I have to?
no, I
tell
think
everybody.
like if let's say we like right now we hung out and then and then hey, by the way, I'm positive. I mean, yeah, I'll
Right.
tell you, I'll tell him,
Yeah.
but like,
Yeah.
but I mean, like if it's something that, especially when you spend time, I think that's when you spend time with somebody, like more than like
Yeah.
5 minutes together. Like
Right.
you're just talking to somebody for 5 minutes and go, oh, that's different. But if you're like
Yeah.
having dinner or like having, that's a different story. But yeah, no, I mean, I wasn't. Luckily, again, it wasn't that bad. I had another friend who was having it too at the same time, so we're like, kind of like
you had a
going.
buddy. You had a COVID.
Yeah,
buddy.
we're like comparing. I was like, and because he was like, I think I felt sick, and I was like, nah, you got it. And then finally got the test. He's like, damn, I
Dang.
got it. So like,
Jesus.
so yeah, I mean, it was, and it was what my thing was like. Luckily, I mean, in terms of getting it, that's the perfect time when I could have gotten it. The only thing that it was like I couldn't like go to like my sisters for like Christmas dinner or anything like that. I couldn't do that. But that was the only. But in terms of like, I didn't have to like. I had to cancel some like local gigs.
Yeah.
But like,
Right.
I had like a
Yeah.
New Year's show that I had to go in Colorado, and I didn't want to cancel that one.
Yeah.
But luckily, like basically, like the day before I traveled was like 11 days.
Yeah.
So and then
Right.
I tested and I was
Negative
negative.
anyways.
So that was lucky. You know what I mean? In terms
Yeah.
of like,
Yeah.
it wasn't like. But yeah, I mean, it
And
wasn't.
and to have
but I did have a lingering cough.
Okay.
Like, so that was the only
Yeah.
thing, like.
And the fiance escaped.
yeah,
she
she didn't have
managed
Whole
it.
to
thing,
not
that's amazing.
get the
No,
whole
she
thing,
and
even
also
though
she
you
was
lived
in
the
North
same
Carolina. She was in
residence. Wow.
she was in Nashville, and she said she was in Nashville with her family, and they're in Nashville, like no, like they're going to like this like bars and
Of
restaurants.
course, honky tonk.
Nobody,
Bars, yeah.
everybody's just like
Yeah.
together, like normal, like.
That's
you know,
how that's how Illinois felt.
Yeah.
I was there
Yeah.
for like 3 weeks, and
Everywhere,
I had
yeah.
family
We-
who came over who was not vaccinated.
yeah.
And we, and everyone talks about them before they get there. They're like, all right, well, let's get it all out now before the unvaccinated.
We were in.
So it
when
wasn't.
we were
so
in
they didn't
Phoenix-
get it, but then now her family has gotten it, not from there. So
Yeah.
so she hasn't gotten it, luckily. So
But yeah, when we were in Phoenix, they're not wearing masks or
Yeah.
anything in
Oh, yeah.
Phoenix. And I remember I was in the hotel in the elevator, and I was wearing my mask, and it felt like they were mocking me. Like they were like look at that
Look at this
fucking
fucking-
idiot,
Oh,
this
really?
fucking sheep. This
Wow.
fucking,
Yeah, yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
sitting there like Justin Martindale as well, the two of us.
Yeah.
We were all, but he wasn't in this elevator. But when I got down to the lobby of
Yeah.
the hotel, Justin's sitting there in his mask, and I sat down next to him, and I was like, "Can you tell that they're all making fun of us for wearing masks?" And Justin was like, "Yeah, I fucking can." And Justin has his mask on, and he's going, "Fuck you," and "fuck you," just through his mask. And I was like, "This is so weird." There's just people walking around going, look at these fucking
It's
idiots
crazy, man.
wearing masks. I don't even.
I mean, and that's since the beginning. There's people who treat it like it's like a toughness thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like
I never got that.
I
It's
never-
Like, what are you tougher
Me
than
neither.
germs?
I know.
don't
I know.
understand.
I never get that either because it's like you don't know what the hell's in your body. Like you don't know what's like how it's gonna affect you. You know, everybody's different. You know what I
Everyone-
mean? You
yeah.
could say you're 100% healthy, and then
Yeah.
something happens to you, and then you don't know that you had something in your, and then now you're fucking sick. So it's
Exactly.
kind of
yeah,
like.
it kicks your
And
ass out of
also
nowhere.
the whole thing with the masks too is kind of like so. I was being like, why this whole obsession with masks, saying that it doesn't work? Because if not, then the whole doctors and nurses,
Whole
since
healthcare
the
system,
whole
yeah.
it's all been lying to us
Yeah.
about that. I mean, because they wear
For the
masks all the time.
hundreds, 150
Yeah.
years,
For
we've been
100
wearing
that people were wearing
like-
masks, it's like, oh,
It's
they don't
obviously
work.
a crazy
And
thing
it's
to
kind of
think.
like, it's like I just always go like they're like the doctors going like, all right, guys, in order for us to distance ourselves from the normal people, we need to come up with something that will look like doctors.
Yeah.
What do you think? It's like, what about gloves? No. Well, maybe gloves, but what about a mask? Okay.
Oh, then
man.
I'll know that you're a
Alright.
doctor.
Yeah, but masks don't work. Of course they don't work. But people will think that, but we're gonna look better than them, and it's like, and now they're going like, fuck.
Yeah.
They found that masks don't work.
No, that's like people who don't think we landed on the moon. It's like, do you understand how many people
yeah.
would have to conspire against the American,
Oh, yeah.
against the
Of
world?
course,
Like,
yeah.
it's never gonna happen.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Could
come
you
on.
imagine the cost of the catering alone would have been expensive to fake the fucking moon landing, man.
Yeah.
But yes, the flu cases have gone down.
Of course, there's
does
been
clearly work,
people
but
have
even-
less sick, and
Yes.
also like, just even the fact of like even for me, like I'm gonna keep using it when I'm flying,
Yeah.
like
Right. Oh,
I
yeah.
don't care. Like even for flying, I'm gonna keep using it. I mean, I
It
don't.
does work because often, even before the pandemic, if you came down with a flu or something, it was after a flight.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
from sharing all
of
that air and
course.
shit like that.
And also
so-
because when you're sleeping on a plane, you don't know who's fucking coughing in your mouth
No.
while you're sleeping. Somebody could be like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you're like,
And airline
Yeah.
employees are just like any other employees. They're lazy. They're like
Yeah.
dude. Everyone cuts corners in jobs. It's
Of
like,
course.
are they really
Oh.
cleaning that plane down the way
Nah.
you would like it every
Nah,
time?
nah.
No, they fucking. I'm sure they take. I'm sure
yeah,
it's gotten better.
same thing with
during
hotel
COVID.
rooms.
Yeah, they
Oh,
take
yeah.
a sheet and they go whoosh,
Like
and then now it's
sometimes,
clean.
yeah, when you go to hotel rooms, like you
Yeah.
lay on the bed, you're like,
Yeah.
who had a porn session here?
Yeah.
There's an
just-
amount of lying to yourself.
That's why
you
I
have
always-
to do.
Same thing with restaurants.
Yeah.
Like when you go to restaurants,
grab
don't
that
go to the kitchen
No.
because if the kitchen's gonna be disgusting,
Yeah.
and then you're not gonna eat anything there.
People
That's
eat
why
with
I
the
always rip
silverware.
the sheets off the bed when
Yeah,
I leave the
yeah,
hotel
you've said
room.
that before,
I make
yeah.
sure that it gets cleaned. 'Cause
Oh, you do
I
that?
rip the sheets off the bed. And
I don't
just,
do that.
Yeah, I do that because I don't want somebody coming going, I can get away with not changing this.
Exactly.
this
Because
bed."
you know
And
they
it's like,
exist. Come on.
Oh,
I've
for
worked
sure. Well, I had
jobs
a
where I've been
diaper
like,
under
I'm
my
not
bed
cleaning that
once,
this
so
time.
Yeah.
We've
I
all
worked
done
in a sometime. Well, this was funny. One time I went to go visit a friend at his restaurant that he was working as a waiter, or whatever, and it was
Yeah.
like a very shady restaurant, and like I got there and like and then so I went back to the kitchen and it was just disgusting. There was like a guy who looked like a rat. He was like Rat Boy. That was his nickname, Rat Boy.
Rat
Okay.
boy.
He was just like I don't think he talked. He was just like cleaning like the dishes. He's like
Cleaning himself.
Yeah,
with it
yeah.
too.
You're
He's-
like, but then I remember there was like I don't know if there was like a rat walking by or something, and then but what was funny was like I came to visit, and then the owner was like, "Hey, can you deliver this pizza for me?" I was like, "What?" I was like, "I'm just visiting my friend." So I don't know
Why
how.
do you-
So now I'm fucking delivering a pizza.
Now you're working at a pizza
Now I'm working
place.
at a pizza place. I'm going.
Yeah.
That was the only time I worked at delivering pizza, and I went to go deliver one, and I think the guy gave me like no tip, and I was like, "Fuck this."
Fuck.
I'm like, I don't even work here.
I quit this job. I wasn't.
Yeah, I quit this job that I
hired
wasn't
for.
even hired for. But yeah.
Yeah. So
So that's it. That's it.
But you guys, now we're all safely back in LA.
But yeah, so no,
Yeah.
so yeah, the COVID thing. I think now, like, you just gotta kind of like, if you get it, you get it. Oh, and the only thing that I took, I
That's
mean,
the
in terms
thing.
of like
Some
taking
people
it,
are saying the sooner you can get it, just get it over with now. Let's
I mean,
get on with
I don't
things,
think.
so.
I mean, obviously, like, hopefully you don't get it because it's like, because of, because it might be goes less and less. You know what I mean? You don't want to, and especially you want to get it. To me, it's like the most important. I always say, like, I know I'm gonna get it. I just want to get it too late, so when it's like it becomes normal, and then there's like people know what to do, which is now what's starting to happen a little bit, and that's gonna happen more where there's gonna be better treatments, stuff like that. Like you go get the treatment, whatever,
Yeah.
because everybody's gonna get it no matter what. I mean, for me, by the way, the only thing that I had to take was Tylenol. That's it.
Is it? That's
Yeah.
nice.
Wow.
Yeah, not bad.
That actually this is from a buddy who's a doctor, because he also got it back in New York, and he was telling me that I just do not Tylenol until you kind of like the symptoms,
Wow.
because just to keep the fever down or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's all I did, and then
You didn't lose your taste or smell?
no,
Nothing?
I had that, man. I didn't take. Yeah, it was just that. And then the cough thing at the end, but that was like but that's me. That's like I always have like a residual of cough.
Yeah.
Whenever I have like a flu.
I get a cough
like
a
that
few
dry
times
cough.
through the cold season.
Yeah.
I'll get a little dry cough, and of course we talk to strangers in rooms all the
Oh,
time.
and by the
so
way,
we're
when I-
always straining our throats and stuff. We're straining
And
our
speaking of
voices.
traveling, so like in the day that I had to go to do that Colorado gig, and like I'm in the airport, like and then like went in line to go, Southwest, and then the line, then I start having like a coughing, like
That always-
attack.
Yeah, then they all
I'm
start
like,
to look. He's got it.
Yeah,
He's got
yeah.
it.
And I
He's
and I
fucking
wanted
got
to
it.
yell like, I have it, I had it, I'm good, guys, but I couldn't.
That wouldn't even work.
No,
either,
that
though.
wouldn't even work. They would have fucking like.
I've
tased
already
me.
had it, everybody.
Yeah, but I was like, and I'm taking the thing, and I'm trying, taking like cough drops and drinking water, because when you get that thing, you know what I mean?
I had it on the plane.
The cough
I
or
get-
sneeze.
I get a coughing. I usually get a little bit of coughing fit on flights.
Coughing fit,
about an hour and a half, 2 hours into a flight, just because it's dry and my
Yeah.
throat will get dry. I've got
Allergies,
water.
too,
If
like,
I've forgotten,
allergies, yeah.
if I've forgotten to bring water with me,
Yeah.
then it's tough. And so I had one of those on a flight recently, and then I'm coughing. And I know it's just a residual dry throat thing.
Yeah.
But you can tell in the current climate.
No.
If you have a casual cough in the
Yeah.
current climate, you're fucking.
And I went because I knew I could tell people going like, he's get it, like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I had it, but I'm not having it anymore. But I didn't want to say anything about it. And also for me, it was like, fuck, I don't want to get this when I'm performing either.
Yeah.
I don't want to be doing the show in the middle of the night, start having like a cough thing, So it's like,
Yeah, it's never reassuring. to
no.
people.
So
It's a bit like declaring that you're not drunk when you're trying to get into a bar.
Yeah,
This is a catch-22. I just stumbled slightly. I'm perfectly
yeah.
sober.
But
normal
also,
vomit.
so now I don't know how it happens with you guys, but I feel like now I know more people that have it than don't have it.
Yeah.
Now it's becoming more like, oh, you don't
Yeah.
have it? Like I got like a lot of my family have
Yeah.
gotten it,
Our tour's just been postponed, and I think I'm the only one who hasn't had COVID.
Oh, so
because,
Justin got it?
Jim doesn't have. Actually, Jim's got symptoms, but he didn't. He's
But that's
testing
another thing
negative.
too. I have
But
friends
his family's
who
got it.
but I have
so-
friends who like I feel like they had the symptoms and they tested negative doing the
Yeah.
home test, whatever.
Right.
And I was like, that could be also a thing of like, because maybe if you got the vaccine or the booster, like you get it, but you're not contagious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why it doesn't show up that you have it, but you still have it. Because, I mean, if you have the symptoms, and it's the same symptoms that everybody's got it, you got it.
You got it.
You know
You
what I mean?
probably
It's
got
like,
it.
if it's not showing up on your test, it's because what. And
Yeah.
also, the PCR tests are the ones that they really do tell you more,
really thorough,
yeah.
like, so it's like,
That's the one I always get. I can do
yeah, I've tried, I got I have the home ones too,
Yeah.
when I even tried it the other day and it didn't, works fine, but if you really want to know,
that.
like, but yeah, I think a lot of people that said like, oh, it doesn't, just because it doesn't show up, but to me it's more of like the symptoms, like if you
Yeah.
feel like
You
like
almost
the
have to
symptoms.
treat yourself
Like you
as
have
if,
it.
as if
As
it's
you
a
have it.
positive anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's also in a way, it's also almost like respecting some of the
Of
people out there
course.
that are more triggered,
Of
that are more
course.
like
Yeah.
stressed
if you're
out.
sick,
So
stay
just
home.
Chill out, stay
First of
home.
all, like-
Well,
whatever.
yeah, and that's what the whole COVID thing's been about since the beginning, and what a lot
That's
of
it.
people,
That's the whole thing. It's like,
rail
don't
against.
go
It's like,
nuts.
it's not
Yeah.
about you. Also, it's,
Yeah.
it's about
It's like
the
being
other
a
people.
And it's
defensive
about,
driver.
and
It's
it's
not-
about
Yeah,
It's being a defensive driver. It's not about. It's about the other
Yeah.
assholes on the road
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
that you have to be wary
Wearing
And
a
of.
it's
mask
also-
isn't for you. It's so you're not
Yeah.
spreading it to other
And
people.
so it doesn't you don't get and so it doesn't spread that much, so then the hospitals
Yeah,
are
aren't getting-
open
yeah.
and not so for
So
other people that
People
really
have
have
broken legs and-
or
and-
like
yeah.
cancer or anything
Yeah.
like that, and they because
Yeah.
that's the thing, that's the whole thing. It's like if it gets
But
but that's what people
But I
never
will
get.
say, just for the anti-mask people, I'm like I do occasionally when I see somebody wearing a mask in their car alone.
Oh yeah,
I do
yeah,
occasionally like, what the fuck are you doing?
I've done that because I've forgotten. I've like gotten in and out or something. and
But
you're
what
sitting
happened
in
if
your
you're an
car.
Uber driver
Oh,
that's
yeah.
different. That's different.
or a
Yeah, yeah.
Lyft driver? That's the thing. You never know.
You got
I guess, but if they're alone in their car,
True,
Yeah.
true.
alone. But yeah, no, if you're
What happened if
Uber
but they
Lyft,
just
you
dropped
have to
one
let them-
person and that guy was
But,
coughing like crazy, so he just like keeping the thing?
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, I guess.
Oh.
I guess there's an
There's
exception
yeah,
for every
yeah,
observation.
yeah.
But I'm gonna say I have felt like
it does look.
I've done it
silly,
on my
the
bike.
visual of
I've
it.
I've been in shopping because now that we've been doing them for so long, and my masks are getting quite comfortable actually.
Yeah, yeah.
So sometimes I forget even that it's on now that it's all broken in.
Yeah.
And then I'll be in a store shopping or whatever. Then I'll get on my bike and I'll just be biking a good mile and I'll realize, oh Jesus,
Oh,
I've just
what
been
am I
wearing
doing?
a mask the
but
whole
also
time. What the
sometimes, like-
fuck am I doing?
I kept using the mask when I was outside, like in the cold, like in Colorado, just because it's great for cold weather.
That's my
You know what I
thing.
mean?
Same as
I
in
do
Nova
that,
Scotia.
Yeah. I do that with
It's-
hoodies now, where I'll put them like this, and people
Yeah.
are like, "Are you worried about?" And I'm like,
No,
"No, I
it's-
just like heats up my face."
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's
I don't.
warm.
Yeah, it keeps you warm. So like that's
Yeah.
why I use it like when it's cold
Yeah,
weather. You know
That's
what I
true
mean?
too. There's a
Yeah.
huge.
But I
benefit.
just went to Florida just for this past weekend, and yeah, complete opposite over there. Like
You're just
I was-
sweating.
no, I'm telling
Oh.
like nobody uses them.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Nobody
was just
cares.
like
We're supposed to be playing Florida in I think 3 weeks. So hopefully that'll still happen. Most of the tour's been postponed.
really.
And stuff,
Well,
so-
Florida won't be postponed. Don't
Postpone,
worry.
yeah. 'Cause they
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
give a shit for us, so we're coming to you, Florida.
Yeah.
We're still coming. We're not gonna cancel that. one, so.
Florida. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to Texas too, like in March. So I'm assuming
Right.
that
Fine
one.
there too.
Yeah.
That one is gonna be fun. Yeah,
Did
no.
you see that we get the free COVID tests now?
Oh yeah,
delivered?
yeah. That I
Yeah.
ordered some.
Yeah, our
So it's you-
household ordered some
4,
too.
right? You get 4?
Four every month, I guess.
No, 4 per person or 4 per person.
Not per person, per household. Because
Oh.
my roommate ordered them and I tried to, and it said you already have them for the household. So it's by address. Yeah, you get 4 free at-home COVID tests a month, and then pharmacies now are giving away free KN95 masks.
Jeez, they got a lot.
Ah.
Wow, it's
Yeah.
all.
I think
Wow.
you can go there, go to like a Walgreens and be like, "Can I have a mask?" And they give it to you.
Nice, nice.
All you had to do is wait a year. Those of you who have waited a year, look, you
I
can get the
know,
shit for
yeah,
free
yeah,
now.
yeah.
I guess you win.
Yeah.
I haven't ordered any of these. But now maybe I'll capitalize.
Yeah, order some.
I'll send you the link.
I mean, yeah, that was the whole thing too, because also people were saying like now, like it's because it's 4 per household, but like if you're like in if your family like yours 10 people live in a household or something, then it's like you're only getting 4.
Yeah.
Right.
So they were saying it should be per person instead of like per household. But
I was
Wow.
confused by that because I haven't been paying for the PCR test.
me neither. No, the
I-
insurance pays.
I was gonna say, yeah, I haven't been doing that at all.
Yeah.
Screw that.
Well, maybe he's not getting a PCR. He's just getting something else.
I'm just getting. Yeah, I'm going over to my buddy's garage. And
You're
he's,
going to some dude in a back
he's
alley.
putting
And
something up my nose.
He's
I
like,
don't know
look, I'm
what
not
it
getting
is."
anything. Like, you know, he's just doing heroin.
Why did I have to bend over and take my pants
Yeah,
down?
yeah, yeah.
What the fuck?
Why are you injecting shit on my ass?
And why is he telling me I got to come back in 3 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah, why am
hell,
I taking
man?
my pants down for this COVID test? I don't understand.
you guys got your test too? What did you do with the shitty stick? What the fuck?
But yeah, we're almost done. But I want to say about I've been fishing. I went fishing, like good fishing
Oh,
in
yeah.
Florida. I love fishing.
Are
you a fish man?
I've been fishing. I've had a couple summers where I liked fishing. I think I was about 15 or 16 years old
Oh,
though,
okay.
and I do have friends who are fishermen back
Yeah,
back
yeah.
in Nova Scotia.
Oh yeah, because that's probably a
We're a
fish
big
man
yeah, a
Yeah.
big fishing
town.
place.
What'd
Yeah.
you catch?
I caught yellow jack, which
Yellow
is
jack.
really delicious.
You know,
'Cause it's that's the thing that I'm like, I guess that's the only kind of thing, because I don't do like manly shit. Like, I you know what I mean? Like, I'm not like
I don't do manly shit.
No, you
We've
know
had
what?
a
wear a
conversation
mask.
about camping before.
Well, I mean, like, you know, like building stuff. Like, I'm gonna, you know, fix my car and
Yeah.
the rat. I don't like that.
I know.
I'm
You're
like,
a
I wanna,
mask wearing pussy. Is basically where we're at.
but
You libtard. I don't even know what.
But you punched the fish, didn't you? You got it on the dock.
but
and
with
you fucking-
fishing, I do like that. I mean, that's the thing that's like, that's it. I like, because I do like fishing, and also the best thing too was cooking it the same day.
right.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's nothing.
There's
like
nothing
that,
better
yeah.
because we cook it that we. I mean, the captain cleaned it up and stuff like that, and then we were having it at my buddy, and first of all we had like sashimi, so we had literally
Oh.
Yeah.
the fish, fresh fish, and just
Nice.
eating that
Yummy.
fresh,
Oh, it's
Yeah.
and
so
then
good.
we cooked it, and it was like, and there's nothing like that's the only thing that I felt like I'm like you know like back in like I don't know the 1300s, like you came in and like
the hunter gatherer.
the hunter,
day,
and
yeah.
you're like sitting down and we're like, all right, and you're like, thanks, Dad, for bringing food
Yeah.
to the
Providing.
table. I'm like, give him my, you know, I feel like, give him my, like fucking the Flintstones.
More grog,
Yeah,
waitress.
yeah,
More
yeah.
grog.
Yeah. I was grabbing, it's like, come on. So,
And fishing
like,
is also just a good excuse to just sit somewhere.
I mean,
and
we
get
drink.
drunk
You just
and-
drink beer.
Yeah, you just.
I
Get,
mean,
yeah.
all you do is drink beer and
You
wait
don't even have to
around.
say anything. You could just sit with a friend. And
I like,
just
and that's why
look
you.
at water and drink.
That's why you gotta be with people that you
Yeah.
enjoy, because
Yeah.
if not, then it's just gonna be.
Oh
boring.
yeah,
If
you don't
people are
want to.
complaining,
You don't
like,
want to
get the
do.
fuck
You don't
out.
want to do hate fishing.
No.
There's this prick I hate, and I'm gonna spend the day with him on a
Yeah.
dock.
Oh, and then I also went quickly before we get out of here. We can talk about, but I also went. We did this gator thing, you know, like Eagle Everglades.
Yeah.
Like we rode those things, those boats.
Did you do the fan boats?
The fan
Yeah,
boats.
yeah.
So we
Oh
had,
right.
So we saw the gators, you know.
That's
and
Oh,
fun.
that's awesome.
So that
Did
was
you
pretty.
feel? I've never done that. I've always seen that in like Florida and
Yeah.
like New
do.
Orleans and stuff where
That's
they do that. And did it seem dangerous at all?
No, not
There
at
was
all.
there was no point where you're like, one of these motherfuckers
Oh
is gonna.
no,
No?
no.
Okay.
No, it
Or
wasn't.
what you think? Flip or something?
I don't
or-
know. Do something. You
I mean,
just-
it's
you just
very,
can't
it's very,
see.
it's very short. I mean, like even if you fall, like there's nothing. Like you're
Oh,
not gonna.
so it's not deep at all. You're
No,
not
no,
like, okay,
no.
okay, okay.
Because that's why they don't have engines, because it's all it's all on the top.
You're going over grass sometimes. Like
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it was. So it's like sometimes you feel like you're not. You're like, is this grass? And it's like water, and like. So it
Whoa.
was fun, like just doing it. Like I did a little video about like me, like CSI Miami, like
Yeah.
you know, like doing that. But what was funny is like the guy who was like our tour guy. You know, it was cool until he started making like jokes with like gator stuff. You know, and I was like,
like puns and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
you know,
typical tourist.
typical
stuff too. He
tourist
probably
shit.
does it. He
Oh,
probably does it
dude.
every
Every
week. Does
fucking-
it every. Yeah.
And when he started doing that, I was like, as a comic, you guys like, you know, like he's like we're watching a gator, and he's like, all right, see you later, alligator.
Oh,
I was like,
no.
nah.
Dude, that's his tight 15. That's his
Yeah.
bits.
And also, one
After
thing
a
that-
while,
that-
asshole.
One thing that also that I realized that tour guys do is like they make it look like they're giving you the special like hey, I haven't
Most
been.
people don't get to see.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
part.
I haven't been in this island for 5 months. I was like, you were just there, man. You're a bullshitty guy, you know.
I see a bag of chips.
Yeah,
You left here
yeah,
from
yeah.
Yesterday.
But he's always like, hey, you know, this is like, and then what was the last thing that I asked? Oh, I asked him on like, I was like, oh, it's like, I guess you could. I was like, I guess you can dump a body here. You know what I mean? Like in the swamps, you know. And I'm like, and then he's
No.
like, and then he got serious. He's like, no, I don't. You know, you
He's
the-
gonna
the-
steal that.
the body will float. The body will float or something. But he's like, you know, if you want to. And then he's like, I was like, I just said it just to joke. And then he's like, and then we're like keep driving like, and then he's like, but if you really want to get rid of a body, use pigs. I was
right,
like,
yeah.
what?
Do they eat everything?
Yeah,
Yes.
they do.
Yeah.
So apparently I was like pigs. I was like, yeah, they eat everything. And
Yeah,
I was
that's
like, I was just joking, man. I was like,
That's also
I really,
that's a
but it's good to know.
I got a pig
That's a
farm.
well-known. Yeah, we have a serial killer. I think in Canada,
He used pigs?
Vancouver, and in British Columbia, he used pigs.
That's a well-known
Well,
thing to use pigs. So
I
pigs
think it is,
eat,
and it's in,
but you have to
and it's
chop
in-
it up,
and
right?
it's in like it's probably in Sopranos or it's in something.
It's in
It's in
something.
lots
No,
of
it's in
dramas.
Sopranos.
and stuff.
Sopranos, they just dump the body.
Just-
It's in some
Gabagoo,
sorta-
gabagoo.
It's in some sort it's in lots of those dramas, like watch out for pig farmers.
Yeah,
whatever.
no.
Yeah, it'll be.
But
it'll
like,
probably be in Yellowstone in an episode.
but I'm
they're
talking.
always saying
But
pigs will
you
eat
have to
them.
chop it first, right?
I imagine, yeah.
Like you're not
Imagine
like
it's
just
faster.
throwing and the pig,
Throw a
because
body
pigs
and
don't like pigs are nice. Pigs are like dogs and they're very smart.
Yeah.
So it's like if you have a pet, like he doesn't start like
Then
killing.
I'm just gonna eat a
Yeah.
whole head.
I think it's like you have to chop it and like give
Yeah.
it to them as food.
Yeah, I think you gotta make it bites,
Like
not bite size, but you gotta at least fix the portions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, what
Give
I
him
was
a
gonna
leg
say
bone.
about that guy on the boat thing, I bet you he's gonna steal your. Now that you said the dead body joke, his next tourist, he's gonna be like, and if you're thinking about hiding a body in here, okay, he's gonna use your shit,
Yeah, he
man.
keeps using my shit. Yeah.
You wrote some jokes for him for free.
Yeah, no, but that was fun. So like, it was like a outdoor weekend for me. Like I felt like a man coming
go.
back. I was like, yeah.
There you go. Well done, man.
And then
Welcome back, man.
fish, and no, but one thing that I do realize, I love anything that's to do with the water. That's my
Yeah.
jam. I realize
Yeah.
anything that's with water, because like for example, like anything like hiking or camp. Nah, I'm
not
good.
your thing.
But if it's water related,
What if you
I'm
went
down.
camping and you
Alright.
like were at like a lake or something?
to fish,
Yeah.
that I'll do.
Okay.
But if it's
But
like
when you're done fishing, you want to go to a cabin. And
yeah,
not a tent.
of course, yeah.
I get you. There, yeah.
But anything with water, it could be like boating or like even like surfing or
Yeah.
like anything related to the water.
Yeah.
That's my jam, man.
But I'm
Yeah,
more lake. I
nothing
don't
wrong.
like
That's a
ocean.
good-
I like lake.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. You gotta go ocean, man.
You like ocean? Okay.
Yeah, I go
okay.
deep ocean, man. That's
Okay.
it's actually better fishing when you get ocean.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the fishes are, what you eat are better.
yeah.
And you can eat them more. Like the lake ones, sometimes you don't eat them. There
Yeah.
you can't eat them. Like, and that's another thing too. I don't like. I don't like fishing and throwing the fish away.
Right.
I'm like,
You
what
don't
the
like
fuck?
catch and release.
What
I
about
mean,
just hurting fish?
We
for
had
no
to do
reason?
a lot of that because sometimes a lot of them, which I didn't know, were
Small.
little and like you can't
Yes. There's a
or
size
also like
limit, but-
and also like some are not in season, so
Mhm.
even if you
Right.
fish a huge one, you gotta throw it away
Yeah, there's a list
because
of
it's
what's
not in
legal to do.
season. All this like little
We,
things I
uh,
had no idea.
Yeah, we did catch and release when my sister got
Yeah,
married.
fuck that.
No, but this is so that we did catch and release in Mexico with my sister's
Wait,
wedding. and
with
stuff.
with
We're down-
immigrants?
We're down there. We're out down there doing catch and release,
Why?
right? Yes, with immigrants. We drove through the streets of Mexico,
Yes.
catching immigrants.
and release
and
them.
release them.
Come
No,
on, Jay.
No,
Jay.
we were doing catch and release.
And what you were doing in
we're-
Mexico? Aren't you the immigrant
in
in Mexico? By the way, yeah,
Yeah.
they should do
Immigrant,
catch and
yes.
release on you.
Yes. Well, technically, sometimes it feels that way in some bartering situations. But we did a catch and release trip. Lots of people had food sickness as well. We're out there in these high waves and stuff, and we caught a fish. And then the Mexican hosts or whatever on the boat, they started stabbing it right there in front of us, and then ushered it into the thing. And me and my dad were looking at it. We're like, we thought it was catch and release. We're like, no, it's catch and release
Not-
for us.
yeah.
But we're the tourists that are
Yeah.
paying for them to feed their families.
Yeah, of
so
course.
they were kind of like, yeah, it's catch and release to you tourists. But they were just stabbing. This fish is like bleeding on the boat in front of me. I was like, what the fuck? I thought it was catch and release. They're like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, you guys want to feed your family.
Yeah, of course.
So all right, fair enough.
catch and release for you. All right. Well, we're back, and
We are back.
so for this year, we want to do is kind of like I mean, we have a mix of guests as well. Obviously, we're gonna keep doing that, but also we want to, bring our stories of either travel stories or stories that we found online that are interesting that we want to talk about as well, and also hopefully we can hear your stories and any other questions that we have, as well as if you have any suggestions as well, please, we'll take it as well.
Yeah, you know us. We riff on anything. We can talk about anything. I mean, the show Standby is travel related because of
But
our.
we can always go
thing,
to.
but,
But we start with travel, but we talk about anything else, which
Yeah.
is how traveling is. You start one place and then you go somewhere else.
Exactly.
So it's like, but remember, just please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, because we need and please share. Like that's also great. Like share with somebody that you think you'll find this podcast interesting with us.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
So join us.
So
Clicking.
bye, hello.
See ya.